Hi! So this video is going to be all around your identity, but I am going to just add a little something in here. If you haven't seen the video that's called The Beginning, which is kind of where it starts, I do suggest that you go and watch that first, because that, although I kind of bring in all little segments within that, is really giving you an understanding of this bigger picture that we're all part of, that we're all here to play, and about the fact that we're all energy and everything is energy, and the purpose of our existence is to turn energy into physical matter. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. So we're to turn energy, like the energy of who we are being, into physical matter. So who we are being, and therefore what it is that we want, that we're attracting, is then showing up into our physical existence. Okay, so watch that one first and then come back to this one. And if you've watched that one, then you can continue watching this one. So, right. So with that in mind, your purpose being energy to turn into physical matter, the reason why your physical existence is not reflecting that of what your logical mind, your desires, what you think it is that you want, is because the energy that you are being is not matching. Yeah, there's a disconnect from who you are showing up as energetically as to who you think you are. Okay, this is just coming through. So this is really interesting. So what we want, what we desire, is there for us to have. Yeah, it's there for the taking. The energetic tone of our being, we are always on that tone. Okay, so it's not about us shifting, moving up our frequencies to get into alignment. We are always in alignment, always. Okay, but okay, let's explain. So you have all these layers of energy which are created from the identity that you give yourself. So you have all of these layers. In the core of all of those layers is the energetic tone of you. Yeah, you, your truth, your soul. It resides within that. But because of all these like the dense energy, because that's like light energy, that is so freaking light. It's like when you feel free, when you feel that you're being you, how do you feel? You feel light, don't you? You don't feel like the heaviness that most of us are carrying around most of the time. And so when you feel that light energy, that's when it is literally like this. Like you just feel like you go like skipping through life, like da 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 da, and it gets to be fun and it gets to be easy and you get to like have everything you want. And I say that with the thing like, yes, it gets to be fun and yes, it gets to be easy, but it is also really uncomfortable and super, super scary, especially at the beginning. Okay, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But what's happening is, because of the number of years that you've been in this physical body and because of your experiences, what has happened is you've created a lot of dense energy around the core you, your truth. And that dense energy has been created. That dense energy is there from the conditioning of your mind. Okay, so the identity that you have been given yourself, okay, is what is creating that dense energy, which is why like the identity part within this is super important. Like it's all important, because you can't just understand the energetics of it without doing the work to clear out that dense energy, which is what people have believed shadow work to be, but it hasn't been. It's just been like cleaning it, not removing it. So you just give it like a little clean up, but like there's still a lot of dense energy there. What you want to do is connect to that light energy within you and then blast from within that space. So it's like boom, and then all that dense energy, rather than go through the layer, which is just hard work, isn't it? You connect to that light energy and then you blast it from within. So the dense energy around you just disperses. And you do that by knowing and identifying and being you. Okay? Which for a lot of us is ridiculously scary. And it's scary for a number of reasons. One of them being you're really scared of what other people are going to say and what they're going to think about you. And you're really scared about you and what you're going to think about you, okay? Because often the truest form of us are the parts of us that we have been trying to hide, because at some point within our physical existence, something caused us to feel shame or guilt or embarrassment, to like feel something about it. And so we just went, oh, okay, no, because when I show up this way, when I am being this person, that person over there feels bad and I don't want them to feel bad. So I'm going to change and then they won't feel bad. But now I'm not being me. And then you do that again and again and again. And you do that from when you are a child. And so because you don't have the understanding of this, because you're a child, it gets so muddied and it gets so confused that when you finally step into like the adult version of you, you're literally at the point where you're like, who the fuck am I? Like, seriously, who am I? And then you just like basically look to the external world to go like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am, so I don't know what to do. So you guys out there, because, you know, the older generations, like people that you admire, respect, whoever, you know what to do. Yeah, because you're doing it. So I want to do what you're doing, so I'm just going to copy you. And so you copy them, but it doesn't work because it's all about energy. You have a different energy to that person and you're mimicking being that person. And so you can't evoke the same energy that they are, which is their true self, and so you don't get the results. And then you go like, why am I not getting the results? Which just sends you off on this spiral of despair. Wonderful, isn't it? So so that's basically what, as humans, so far we have been doing. And of course I'm generalizing and I'm saying this in a fun way, but it really is what most of us have been doing. And so if you're watching this, you, me, okay, we want to first of all master who we are, like who we really are, like every single part of us. And then what we want to do, you and me, we want to show up as that being consistently, yeah? And I'm not going to say without fear because it definitely evokes a lot of fear, but we're going to do it despite the fear. And our commitment is going to be to show up consistently as that person, no matter what. And when we do that, we're going to inspire others to do the same. And then they will do the same and inspire others to do the same, and so on and so forth. And then what happens? We end up with a new world where people are showing up as their truth. And the thing is, people have been able to understand the shadow part of it, which I talk about in another video, yeah? Like your power versus shadow. They're able to understand that. And so when you show up in your truth as you, and if somebody does judge you, and if somebody does comment and you get triggered by that, you understand what it is and that it's just an illusion and it's not your truth, and you're able to like get rid of it, like in the moments. So what that means is effectively is every single day when you get up and how you live, it's you in your truth as a whole. Okay, because you can't partly show up in your truth. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, because energy is energy is energy is energy. You don't split energy. You are either being you or you're not. And it's when you really like solidly commit to being you, like the whole you, and you go all in with that, that you then physically manifest the results that you require, like super quickly. But what I see a lot is people are like, okay, I get it. I understand this. Yeah. So I know you're probably sitting there going, yep, so I get this. I understand it. I have to be me. I have to be my truth. And like, I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm like an entrepreneur. I'm like difficult. I'm demanding. This is me. I'm edgy. I'm complex. I'm a dark seer. I'm an innovator. Like, I understand all these like labels that I've given to myself, but you're not evoking the energy of them through your actions, okay? And you're not basically like showing up as them like unapologetically. So it's like you might in the online space be like, yeah, now I'm going to be that person because I feel comfortable to show up as that person here because those people get me. Those people are going to understand me. But then when you stop and you return home and you go back to your parents or your husband or your wife or your colleagues, whoever it may be, you dumb that version down for them. Because A, you feel a little uncomfortable showing up that way because it's very different to who you have been being. And so you think it's just going to confuse everybody. Or you think they're going to comment and then you're going to feel embarrassed. And then that's going to like lessen the authority that you have in showing up as that person. Or even more like they're actually going to say something and be like, oh, and then you're going to feel stupid for being that person. And you don't want to feel stupid. And so you just dumb it down a little bit. You give it a little tweak here and there. And you're telling yourself that you're doing it. But you are not. And that is going to impact your energy. Okay? Which is why then you may get some results. But again, it's not going to be like from the level that you really desire. From like what it is that you like desperately the freedom, yeah, because you're still not like creating the freedom to fully show up as you in all areas of your life. And this is why it is important to work with a mentor through the understandings of this, because it does require you taking action. And again, the reason why I say work with someone, because it's a very like case by case situation, because it does require you to take action that is going to really like almost like pivot your life. It can send it on a complete like 180, yeah, depending on where it is that you're starting with, of course. But it really can, and you need support during that time. Like simple as that, you need support. So because it could be things like, you know, leaving a relationship. It could be things like moving country. It could be things like having a real honest conversation with your mother and or your father. Yeah, like insert anything. Again, I can't tell you because it would be individual to you. It would be the area in your life that you are really not showing up as you, 100% you, that you're not going all in on, that is actually having an impact on the other areas of your life. Because again, energy is energy is energy. And the reason why you're not showing up is all down to the identity. Because you perceive what you think others perceive of you, okay? So you think your mother thinks that you are bossy, that you are like miserable, that you are like demanding, okay? You believe that your father thinks that you are like unreasonable, that you are I don't know, like angry, that you are stubborn, okay? And by you thinking that they think these things about you, you believe it about you. Does that make sense? Like that's where it starts, the energy all gets muddied and twisted and tangled. Rather than you go like, okay, like separate it, like the energy of it and go, okay, that's what they think. They can think what they like. I don't care. It doesn't impact me. It doesn't affect me. In fact, like it's not true. Like they think, or my dad or my mom, whoever it may be, my husband, like my friend, my colleague, think I'm being demanding, but that's bullshit. Like that's bullshit. That's not true. They think that because they are in their shadow, and it's their shadow that can only see who I'm being as that way. Okay. But I know, because I'm in my power, that this demanding element about me is just me having super strong boundaries. And rather than like bring your energy down and go, oh, they think I'm demanding, that doesn't make me feel very, very good. Okay. And then you start to lessen the authority of you showing up and you being you whole, like as a whole. You go, okay, well, that's bullshit. I'm not demanding. I've just got strong boundaries, whatever. And then you move on. Okay, and if you need to say something to the person, you say something to the person, but not from the space of needing to prove anything to them, just from speaking your truth. Like, it's a very, very, very different energetic space, which, like, again, it's the work that I do with people, and I'm sure there's some videos within this library that where I'll unpack that a little more for you, okay? But this whole self-identity thing, which was my core wound, yeah, my core wound, which is what I was here to heal, was about like self-identity. So it's about really like just being me, but like in all my relationships, in all areas of the world, in all of my world, okay? And that's why I see so much, okay, like within people. Like I have this real like genius space of being an incredible observer. And so I observe people and I observe like the two versions of them that they are being, which is always either power or shadow. And through working with people and through just being with people as well, because it's not just with my clients, like I see this with everyone. I see when they're not showing up as the power version of them, when their shadow is playing a part. And so I can then really see who it is that they're identifying with, and therefore know what parts that they need to shed. Again, it goes back to like, you want to go into the light energy, like get rid of that dense energy around you, which is all the labeling that you've taken on from other people, which is not true. It's not your truth. And the only reason you've got that, like, don't be angry with these people, or don't be pissed off with these people. The only reason you've got that is because how they have been programmed and conditioned was the same. That's why there's so many like repeated patterns that emerge within families, yeah, because it's just passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. Okay, so what you want to do is, it's like really like, it's like breathe in the energy, fall into your heart, and trust the voice from that place, because that voice from that place, from that space, is the essence of you. It's your identity. It's who you are. Now, as you grow and expand and evolve, your identity will grow and expand and evolve. And there will be parts of you that you'll be like, okay, I'm done with that. And new parts of you that will come through. Like I had a dream a few weeks ago, and like I do a lot of like questioning. Like I do a lot of like really like effective questioning, like, you know, to get the answers, yeah, that I'm looking for, because I know the answers that I need are within me. And so what I do is I ask questions, and then I go off, get about my day, and just allow the answers to come through. Anyway, I literally woke up one night, and it was like this voice came to me. It was like clear as anything. It was like, you're a dark seer. And I was like, cool. I went back to sleep. And it was like, I knew that. Yeah, and that's how it feels when it is your truth. It's like, you don't go looking for it. You don't go looking and go like, maybe I am an energy alchemist. Let's go and read up on that and see if I feel, oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. It's like when it evokes, when it's like sparked off within you, when you've got rid of the dense energy, and you're actually feeling through your heart center, which is your truth. What comes through, it's just like, oh yeah, I know that. And I woke up the next morning, I was like, yeah, I'm a dark seer. That makes total sense. And the more I've like integrated that energy within me and gone like, yeah, the more I can just see how it all fits in. So with my genius of being like an amazing observer, it's like I can sit back and see exactly who you're being. And I physically see the two lines, like the line of your energetic tone of truth, and then the line of the energy of like who you're used to being. So your identities effectively. And then as a dark seer, I can see in your momentary actions how they're going to impact and what like tone it's going to lead to. Yeah, like it's crazy. And like I have real visual representations that I can then like articulate to like my clients effectively. And so I can just see as a dark seer, okay, you're not being you, and that is going to impact on that. And I really see like your bigger vision. So I see like, honestly, all of my clients, I just see like, that's not your vision. You're playing small, you're playing small, you're playing small. And just because you're not in that space and you don't have that vision right now, it doesn't mean that you're not where it is that you need to be. Okay, I just want to like add that in there, because then a lot of people go like, oh, you said I need a big vision. I have no friggin' idea what it is. It's about riding the wave to get there and enjoying it, and then taking what you need. Because it's only by taking what you need when you're arrived in that wave, that when you arrive at the bigger vision, you're going to have everything in place to create it. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So yeah, identity, massive part. And your identity is created from your mind, okay? It's you want to have mental freedom. I say this an awful lot, but you want to have mental freedom from the identity that has been given to you by others, okay? Because that's what they do. Like, people give you your identity from when you're young and you're not able to articulate this more. And if people, like, now people are really getting the whole energetics of this and how it's about feeling. They're really kind of getting into the root of that. And so because of that, in future lifetimes, for future generations, it is going to be different, because people are going to understand not to pass on that identity. But we're not there yet, okay? We are the leaders that are going to like take the future generations into that space, and we're on that like cusp of the transformation. So from 3D into the higher realms of consciousness, like we're now with the understanding, which is why it's so important to impart this onto other people. So just bear that in mind with you and where you are right now. Like, who do you identify with? What parts of you? And also, like, there's a lot of parts of us that we may identify with, but we see it as a negative. And what that means is that you're just channeling the energy into the wrong space, okay? So I know that I'm difficult, right? I'm difficult, yeah? But I always was channeling the energy into being difficult, like with people in terms of like not agreeing. Let's see if I can explain this. So I was like channeling the energy through and going, oh, it's difficult. But because I was perceiving that as a negative trait of me, because I was seeing that as something that I shouldn't be, because that's what a lot of people like trained me to believe, is that I shouldn't be difficult. I was creating like situations that were difficult with a negative connotation, okay? As opposed to going like, yeah, I'm difficult, and that's an amazing thing about me, like that's part of my brilliance. And then creating situations where that energy of being difficult has a positive connotation, which is what I do now, which is basically working with my clients. Yeah, like what I do, like, and also like the stubbornness in my bigger vision. Yeah, I'm going to be difficult. Of course I'm going to be difficult. I'm not going to dumb down my vision to please others. I'm not going to work with my clients and allow them to dumb down their vision just to please the other people around them. So I'm going to be difficult, but it's a real positive thing. Do you see? So it's like it's the same label, but a different connotation, a different meaning that I'm putting on it. So that is also like impacting with you and your identity as well. Okay? Yeah, so that's it on identity. So just sit back for now, and just be really observant as to who you think you are. Because I'm telling you now, who you think you are is not who you are. Yeah, unless you're sitting there on that £1 billion gold mine, like with that super ease flow, you know, like you completely have manifested everything you've ever desired in your physical creations, which is never going to happen anyway, because as you evolve, so are your desires and your physical expansions, because like this is never done in the terms of like your expansion and your evolution and your capability of bringing in that dark energy and turning it into physical matter. So just sit there, who you think you are, who you actually are, what space is between that right now, okay? And if you want to learn more and do a little bit more about that, work with me, okay? Much love.